Joe, this is madness.
March Madness.
Indeed. Speaking of March Madness, before we get into the games, we at Ro-JoSports had our own game, our own bracket, Ro-JoSports podcast tournament challenge, to where we had 25 different brackets submitted, which is pretty good for our first, the inaugural Ro-JoSports bracket.
If Rob wasn't having the flu, probably could have had more. Never know.
Yeah,
Would have been
yeah,
out. Yeah.
that is true. But for right now, we have Jonah sitting at the top right now with 94% chosen correctly. So shout out to Jonah. Right behind him, we have Logan McElroy, Logan Grossclose, and Coach Schenkel for the Marietta girls soccer team, who was a guest on here. So that rounds up the top 4 anyway. My bracket, not so much. I am sitting at 18th in our tournament there.
I'm also at 18th, so not good. Not good at all.
Man. Well,
I still got my Final Four alive. I still could have the champ, so I could still win. It's not about the first round. It's about the teams you get right past that point. So
it's not how you start; it's how you finish, right?
That's right, Rob. We're still in it.
Speaking of starting and finishing, another thing that's madness is that last year, the Final Four was were all 1 seeds.
Yep.
This year, not going to be the case since the Florida Gators got chomped up by the Iowa Hawkeyes the other night, which that took away all the perfect brackets out there.
Oh yeah, Iowa, man, they play that slow down game. That was just a bad matchup for the old Gators.
Yeah, they ran into a brick wall, literally and figuratively.
Yep, just slowed them down, made them play their game. Hey, if you're gonna win, that's how you do it. You make the other team play your game.
Yeah, and that tracks too.
Yep.
In these games.
That's how Duke beat Michigan, and just if you slow the game down and play inside, you're gonna win.
Yeah, and
the trend back in that direction.
Yeah, and the boozers, that's a tough hill to climb up for sure.
And they had their scare in the first round, so I have them cruising all the way.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that scare for them in the first round? What against Siena? Man, I think
I give them credit. They could have just folded.
Yeah, they could have Virginia.
Yeah, and got beat by 20. But no, they fought back, and they won by like 8. So
yeah,
I thought that said more about what kind of team Duke is than, like Siena's pretty decent, but they're also volatile. And they played all their starting 5 basically the whole game, and at the end of the game they couldn't hang anymore.
Yeah, I think they didn't sub the whole first half.
Yeah. So, and then McNamara is now the coach of Syracuse, his alma mater.
Yeah.
So, good for him.
Speaking of make them play your game. I think that's what's going to set Duke apart, which we'll get into our predictions here in a second. But Duke, who plays against St. John's.
Yep.
It's one of those things. Duke's going to slow St. John's down, I feel.
Well, Kansas slowed him down too, but Kansas just didn't play inside enough to win.
Yeah.
They started pounding the ball inside about 5 minutes left, and St. John's couldn't do anything. And then they won on the last second. If Kansas would have been doing that the whole game, probably would have been a blowout. Because St. John's, I don't know if you saw them shooting in that game, but they weren't very good.
Yeah. And you can't make mistakes like that against Duke.
Oh no, you can't give teams like Duke a poor shooting performance, or you're going to be sorry.
Speaking of inside games, I know that they just lost to Michigan, but I have to give credit where credit is due. I never heard of the center for St. Louis before. What were they calling him? Milk Chamberlain.
Yeah, Milk Chamberlain, yep.
Um,
Cream
yeah,
Abdul-Jabbar.
Cream
Yeah.
Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, White Chocolate. I think I heard
Yep.
was a couple of them. Man, some of the names they were coming up with.
Oh,
Like,
White Chocolate's Jason Williams. Let's not tarnish the
let's slow it down, right?
greats.
But in that game against Georgia, when St. Louis beat Georgia 102-77, I remember in the first half that St. Louis had, I think it was like 34 or 36 points in the paint against
They
Georgia.
just they pounded it in there. And
Yeah,
Georgia's, I believe it or not, Georgia's my team I didn't like this year. Pretty sure I've talked about it on here before. Like
yeah.
they're frauds, and they proved me correct.
Um, and then
Uh,
St. Louis couldn't hold it together against Michigan. They played them really well in the first half, and then Michigan.
well, well, when Michigan get away with slapping guys in the face in the first 5 minutes, like 5 times, that kind of tells you how the game's gonna go.
Yeah, yeah, they're trying to keep them alive. I feel. Um,
Well, I mean, I'm not saying but just they've been getting a favorable whistle all year in most of the games.
yeah, when they're almost getting a Bam type. They're getting as many foul shots as Bam did in that 83-point game that he had.
Yeah,
You know.
and
Um,
they're a good team though. They should be all right.
Speaking of laying eggs in March Madness, how about Virginia losing to Tennessee?
Well, I mean, Tennessee's pretty good. Just because they have a 6 by their name doesn't mean they're not good.
Yeah,
Virginia was in the game. Tennessee's long. They knocked off Miami, Ohio.
yeah. I mean, let's be real, though.
I mean, Miami, Ohio would have beat Wisconsin too. I mean,
Yeah,
like Miami, Ohio could have played well with Arkansas. Just the matchup wasn't in their favor.
yeah. Speaking of Miami teams, Purdue beating Miami 79-69. Then we had Texas beating Gonzaga. Gonzaga had a rough year
They're
this year.
just that whole conference. Just they were overrated. Like St. Mary's, every year they're like a 7 to 10 seed, and they always lose in the first round. They
Well,
just
Gonzaga was
they
a
stink.
3 seed.
Oh, I'm talking about St. Mary's is
Oh, okay.
like Gonzaga's in that same conference, and they also lost to Portland this year, so that means that they're not very good.
Now, which team are you most surprised by with how dominant they've been so far?
Most dominant.
Yeah,
Uh, Honestly, I'm gonna have to say Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, and
Um,
Nebraska.
yeah, Nebraska's been playing good basketball. Speaking of Nebraska, we have the what do you call it? The corn bowl or
Cornageddon.
cornageddon? Yeah.
Iowa versus Nebraska, baby.
Who you got?
Gonna be a hot
You
ticket.
know what? You know what?
Uh,
Let's go down through who's
yep.
currently in the Sweet 16. Okay. I'll start from the bottom. Okay. We have who I think is one of the most dangerous teams in the tournament. We have Iowa State against Tennessee. How do you think that's going to go? I think Iowa State is going to beat the hell out of them.
I think it's gonna be a tight defensive game to the point where it's gonna come down to the last second. I mean, I like Iowa State to move on, but I wouldn't be shocked if Tennessee won that game.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They got length. They got the length. They can hang with Iowa State. That doesn't mean that they won't get blown out, but they can definitely play with them.
Oh, you know what? Before we keep going, there was another game that I meant to bring up to you, and I wanted your thoughts on it.
Yep.
Sorry, and then we'll get back into our predictions. But just looking at the bracket here, um, when Kentucky ended up beating Santa Clara,
Oh, just
what?
some of the worst officiating. I forgot to mention that the officiating in this tournament's been atrocious. They've missed walks. They've missed everything. Like I was talking about Michigan, Michigan just slaps a guy in the face, no call.
Yeah,
You know, the Kentucky guy steals the ball in OT, takes 2 steps, 2 whole steps, no dribble, no nothing, just get the ball like that. You can see it in his hand. He goes like this, rocks it with 2 steps after a steal, no travel. How do you not call that? You know what I mean? Like, I can understand if he was like inside the 3-point line, like drive, like he stole it on an inbounds pass or something like that. But he didn't do that. It was like literally on the other side of the court.
yeah.
No travel call.
Now my question is, that was right after Santa Clara, like prior to overtime, when Santa Clara sunk one from near half court to
Well,
take.
no, Santa Clara hit a 3 to take a lead. There
Yeah,
was like 2.5 seconds left, and the
yeah,
Kentucky guy.
and they didn't give their coach the timeout. That coach was running right next to the
Yeah,
official after he sunk that, and they did not give him a timeout. And
that's true. They didn't do that either. See, there, like I said, there's multiple things that happened that the refs just didn't.
you know,
It's terrible.
you know what? Maybe the officials thought that the coach for Santa Clara was pulling a Kirby Smart.
Oh, yeah,
Cla-
he's clapping.
Yeah,
He's clapping.
he's clapping. He wasn't doing the timeout motion. He was just clapping. But man, the officials handed Kentucky that last second shot.
No, that's for sure. Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring that game up because that was just.
I mean, kudos to the kid for hitting that shot because
Oh yeah,
that was unreal. I mean, gotta give him his props.
you do, but man,
Yep. And then the next game, they just got pooed on.
yeah, Iowa State. Yeah, they didn't hold back against Kentucky at all.
Wouldn't expect them to. If you're
But
gonna go, you gotta be like Indiana. You gotta slay the dragons, all of them, all the way.
that's true. But Iowa State against Tennessee, I think we're both going Iowa State on that one.
Yep.
Michigan, Alabama. I don't think it's going to be close. Personally, I think that I think Alabama's going to pull a Ohio State in that game. I think that they're going to start off real strong, give a lot of people hope, and then not be able to finish the game.
Well, I mean, I think personally, like I said, I'm not saying that, like out of all of the Michigan teams over the years, I dislike this one the most. I don't know what it is about them. They're just very unlikable. Like the previous years when they would make the finals and they're like the NCAA championship game,
With
I
Beeline,
was kind of I was kind of pulling for him. Even with Juwan Howard, I was kind of pulling for him. But this team, I don't know what it is. Like I said, it might be just from all the year, like them getting the favorable whistle, and they always somehow they always somehow make their threes. They don't really like. If you're gonna beat them though, you gotta take it inside.
yeah,
Purdue showed that.
yeah. Speaking of Purdue, we got Purdue against Texas. I think we both are in agreement with what's going to happen in that game. I think it's going to be a bloodbath.
Oh, and with that said, Michigan's probably gonna win the game.
Okay, so we're
But
both.
I wouldn't be shocked if Alabama beat them though. It's like Tennessee. Like I wouldn't be shocked. Like Alabama can score. So
Okay. Purdue, Texas. I don't think this one's going to be close. I think Purdue is going to mop the floor with the Longhorns.
yeah,
Personally,
Purdue's on a run. Unless something crazy happens, Purdue's gonna win that game.
now this is where you and I have different opinions here. I like another upset. I like another 1 seed going down this weekend, and I see Arkansas upsetting Arizona.
I mean,
Personally,
if it was Pac-12 Arizona, I'd be right there with you. But we're in Big 12 Arizona, and Big 12 Arizona wins, and they've been playing good all year. And Arkansas plays no defense, so
yeah, good point. That's a fair point.
just me. I like the Wildcats, but
Wildcats,
I could Wildcats big.
man,
I think they cup.
that'd be a good game if it turns out that way. Arizona versus Purdue, that'd be a good one to watch.
That would. Oh yeah, that's a circle the game right there.
Then we have Houston, Illinois. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah, it should be, but I like the Cougars. They're basically playing a home game. They are playing a home game. It's in Houston, so
Yeah, the Miami Hurricanes of college
yeah.
basketball.
I mean, the real team that got screwed was if Florida would have beaten Iowa, and they'd be
Yeah,
next game against Nebraska, and if they would win that and have to play Houston, that's like the 1 seed has to play a road game essentially.
yeah,
It's kind of like, well, shit.
yeah. Man, I think it's going to be the hardest one to call as far as like a final. I think that's going to be the tightest game of the weekend. Illinois, Houston, but I too think that Houston's going to pull away. I
Yeah,
just I don't think it's
I
going to
like
be. I don't
Houston.
think it's going to be by more than like 5 points though.
Yeah, well, I think Houston covers. It's 3.5, so I think
Okay.
they'll win by 4, 5, something like that.
Then we have Cornigeddon,
That's
Iowa,
right.
Iowa, Nebraska rivalry game in March
Yeah,
Madness.
gotta love those. Like when it's not as glamorous as Duke, North Carolina, but I still love it.
Is
Give me
Iowa a Cinderella story to you?
no. Neither is Texas. You can't be a Power Five team and be a Cinderella. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Um, so who you like? I like Nebraska.
Um, I like Nebraska too. Uh, but like I said, this is like those other 2 games. I said I wouldn't be shocked if Iowa won, but I'm pretty sure Nebraska's fan base is going to be following them the entire way because they've never made it this far ever.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even
Um,
win a game before this year.
yeah,
Like
they've never won a game in the tournament. Yeah.
let's put it this way: the Jacksonville Dolphins are in the Atlantic Sun Conference, and they have more wins in the tournament than Nebraska does. For those of you that don't know, Jacksonville Dolphins played in the NCAA championship game in like 1968 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Well, the Grand Canyon University Antelopes have more
yep,
wins in March Madness
yes,
than
yeah.
Nebraska.
Just let that sink in for you people. You know that
Yeah.
like Nebraska's been around for 100 years, and they finally got their first win.
Yeah. Um, so you and I both go Nebraska on that one. UConn, Michigan State.
Give
I
me
like
Tom Izzo.
I like Izzo in that one too. Um, UConn. I know they put 73 up against UCLA, but I think that that UCLA team isn't very good.
They're solid, but they're not good in East Coast games
Yeah.
typically.
I think Cohen Carr is finally back when it comes to making his impact in dominant ways. Him and his 53 inch vertical, and monster
Yep.
dunks. He might only get, 7 to 9 points a game, but the ones that he does get, he'll hurt you.
He's like in the old NBA 2K games. He's got that highlight reel ability.
Yep.
You gotta watch out for him. He might put you on the mixtape.
So you and I both like Michigan State in that one.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't like Michigan State. I love Michigan State.
Are they favored? Are they favored?
No. So Tom is as a dog in March. Give me Sparty.
He said, "I'm nobody's little brother."
That's right. I mean, to be fair, he's right. Michigan State is the more dominant program historically in basketball. I mean, can we both agree with that?
Yeah. Not this year, but you're right.
In general.
In general, yeah.
In general.
Now this is another spot where you and I differ, where I think that St. John's has a chance of upsetting the 1 seed Duke.
I think there's less than a 5% chance.
Yeah.
Duke loses this game. I have a feeling Duke's gonna roll this game.
You think so?
Yep. What's the spread? Let me look. It doesn't matter. It's not high enough. Give me Duke.
I like it. So my original 2 to make the finals are still in it. Duke. I have Michigan beating Duke in the finals by a combined score of 136 in the final game.
All right. So your thing is going to be the same exact game.
Mm-hmm.
And Michigan's going to beat Duke at their game. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Because Michigan always ends up in the early bonus. And
Not always.
All of their players, I think, are 50 to 60% from the free throw line.
That's not good.
No, but I just think. Well, I mean, they're there all the time.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean like 50 to 60% of the time they're at the free throw line?
Yeah. So I think they have a way of making top players foul out of games.
Yeah.
How
did that work the last time?
Only lost by 5 to Duke.
Yeah. Michigan may have the favorable whistle, but not against Duke.
I think Yaxel is going to be a little too much. He's playing good basketball, and Godot, like you and I were talking about this off stream, but man, last year couldn't shoot at all, and then comes to Michigan, and out of nowhere he's lighting it up.
He makes everything. It's unreal.
It's the Dusty May effect, baby.
Well, you have Michigan Duke. I'm gonna tell you mine. I got Duke Purdue.
Duke Purdue.
Duke Purdue.
Okay. Who's gonna win?
Combined score of like 160 something. Duke.
Duke.
Yeah, the Blue Devils.
Okay. This will be their first one since Coach K, right?
Yeah.
Man.
But it's only fair that a boozer helps him win.
Yeah, more ways than one.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying. But anyway.
Yeah.
Then we have women's March Madness going on, where Iowa State, their center, got a little bit exposed. Would you say?
You mean she got cooks? Sorry.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yep. I mean, it's been doing that all year. When they play a team that kind of has something going on, they just expose her on defense.
Yeah.
She's got to get out there, and their center was just like, "Oh, jumper, okay, thank you, boom, 2."
Yeah.
She did put it on a late show though, and almost won the game. So
almost got it done.
And then Syracuse's reward was getting destroyed by UConn in the next round. So
Yeah. WVU girls lost. Ohio State girls lost. And then South Carolina beat the hell out of USC last night.
Yep.
By what, like 50 points, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 50 exactly. South Carolina girls, man, they're
I mean,
something special.
she's such a good coach, though.
Oh yeah, she is.
Coach Dawn, yeah, she's
Yep.
such an amazing coach. Um, let's see, college wise, anything else we got going on out there?
Well, we got that wrestling
Oh
they're
yeah,
in March Madness. Yeah.
we do. Actually, did Penn State? There's a Penn State wrestler that we meant to talk about here. Hang on, let me bring up his name here. 1 second. All right, so we'll talk about this in the quick takes that we do later on too. But um, Mitchell Masonbrink of the Penn State Nittany Lions won the 165-pound bracket national championship. Ended up beating Iowa's Coliendo in the finals. Messenbrink went up and down the podium, shook hands with every single wrestler on the podium, from 8th place all the way up to an attempt to shake the hand of 2nd place Iowa's Coliendo, and the kid shrugged it off and was a sore ass loser.
Yep.
And he got beat by points. I think it wasn't even close. I think he ended up losing like 24-2 or something in points. So not only did you get beat, I think I much rather would have been. I wrestled. I think I much rather would have been pinned.
Yep.
Than humiliated for 3 rounds.
Right. I
You
mean,
know, and
if
then
you refuse to be pinned and then you get humiliated, you got to show humility.
Yeah,
and shake the guy's hand.
like
I mean,
if they wrestled again, who knows? Maybe Coliendo would beat him,
yeah.
but
I mean,
we won't know because it didn't
right.
happen. So
Right.
shake his damn hand, be the better person. At that point, you're not just representing yourself. You have the Iowa patch on your warm-up
Mm-hmm.
gear. You know, you're representing them. You're representing the Big Ten. You know, and if you are going to represent yourself, think about the eyes on that. Future employers. You know, kids who aspire to be a collegiate wrestler at that level. You know,
Right.
and you mean to tell me that you can't, suck it up for 2 seconds of a handshake to say, "Hey, you got me. Congratulations." He walked away from him after the match was over too. At the end, like Mason Brink wanted to go and shake his hand. I mean, he shook the coach for Iowa, shook his hand, said, "Hey, congratulations," whatever. But this kid from Iowa, sore ass loser, man.
Yep. I mean, it's not like there's another wrestling match tomorrow.
No, you're
This
done.
is it. Yeah. And Iowa is a historically big wrestling school. Like
As is Penn State.
yeah, and Penn State is too. Like these are top schools for wrestling, and
Yeah,
it's kind of unthinkable that Iowa would have a guy not shake someone's hand.
yeah. I mean, the coach for Iowa had to be livid.
Oh yeah, you just shake his hand. Like what's
You lost.
yeah.
Suck it up. Shake his
Yeah,
hand.
yeah,
Be the better person. I mean, I'm sure 8th place sure as hell didn't feel like shaking his hand either.
yeah.
You know,
Nobody
nobody
did.
want if in the words of Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're last.
Yep.
You know,
And this
but
is worse.
this is worse.
This is worse. Yeah.
But horrible light shed for Iowa wrestling. You know, all the other Iowa wrestlers who are in this tournament get to be overshadowed by idiocy.
Yep. The one guy at 165 that wouldn't shake a guy's hand. You know?
Yeah, that's what your program gets to be known for the wrestling tournament.
Yep.
Just a shitty situation to me.
Leaves a bad taste
I
in
don't
your
like
mouth.
it. I don't like it.
Yep.
But I believe Penn State is, much to nobody's surprise, is in a lead right now in the wrestling tournament. So, you know, keep an eye on that. People think March Madness is just basketball. Nope. March Madness on the wrestling mat this time of year too. So,
Well, you can't forget also the Frozen Four.
yeah, Frozen Four. Who's in there right now? Michigan's in it, right?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it, but it's probably the usuals.
Yep. Then we have college baseball, college softball going on. I feel like we could talk a little bit more about those next week.
Yep.
I think I'm just kind of surprised of how much the LSU Tigers, they came in so hyped up for baseball this year, and they've been laying eggs for the past week and a half or so. They've been struggling a little bit,
Yep.
but anything else college wise? Am I missing anything? Oh, wait. Yes, actually, one thing I wanted to ask you about that I didn't tell you off camera, but I did want to get your opinion on this. How do you feel about Matt Liner not unretiring his jersey to let a kid wear it at? What do you think of his? I think his excuse is valid.
I mean, we're talking about Matt Leinart, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play at USC. I
Yeah,
think that speaks for itself.
he's like, no, wear your
I
own
don't care what
freaking
he.
jersey.
I don't care what he did in the pros. That's irrelevant.
Well, I
That
mean,
would be like someone asking Reggie Bush.
yeah, or
Like, no.
asking if they could wear a number 15 Florida Gators jersey.
Yeah, like there's certain guys that are off limits. You just can't do it.
Yeah,
Imagine having the balls to ask.
right.
Like that's so disrespectful. Like, do you not know? Like that's what bothers me about like sports now is that these kids now that it's like they've never watched or don't know
Yeah,
history. Like
yeah,
Matt Leinart's like better than all the other quarterbacks that played at USC.
yeah.
You know, I mean he's in their record books. Well, Caleb Williams took it over now, but he was in there. You know,
I'm taking
and
Matt Liner over Caleb Williams.
he's a national champion.
Yeah,
You know,
let's
yeah,
be real here.
he's got pedigree.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's all I have college wise that I wanted to bring up to today's show. But stay tuned for the pro segment, and we'll see you here in a second.